scale from 1 to 5, 6.
What's up? What it do? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alan C back with another edition of Al You Bugging. Come on, y'all. Y'all know where my banner at. Follow Al You Bugging on X, which is formerly Twitter, and Instagram at Al You Bugging. Again, that's X, which is formerly Twitter, and Instagram at Al_U_bugging. Week 1 is officially in the books. Had some good games, had some bad games. We're gonna break some of them down real quick. I'm just gonna say that pretty much every team needed a mulligan this week. There were a few good games. There were a few teams that came out and did what they had to do. But started off with the big headlines from this weekend. Big headlines from this weekend. First, C-Mac is back. C-Mac is back. The 49ers rushing attack completely destroyed Pittsburgh. Christian McCaffrey had 152 yards and a beautiful touchdown run where he spent off a defender, got outside, and just, looked like Christian McCaffrey of old. We got used to seeing him do in Carolina when he was healthy. I have a friend, y'all know Herb. Come on. Y'all know Herb. The homie, the big bro, Herb. His, he always said Mac was that deal and was the best running back in football. I don't necessarily agree with that, but Mac definitely one of the best all-around backs in football when he's healthy and he can get out there. He can do what he has to do. He ran out, like I said, 152 yards and a touchdown at almost 7 yards a clip. He had like 6.4, 6.5, somewhere around there, a clip, against that tough Pittsburgh defense. Let's not act like that defense didn't come to play. Don't look at the score. There's a reason why TJ Watt is leading the league right now with 3 sacks. He's tied with the league leader for 3 sacks. TJ Watt is that deal. So don't act like that defense didn't come to play. But C-Mac came out there and ran well against that Pittsburgh tough front. So, man, shout out to C-Mac. He did his thing. Shout out and apologies to Tua. Damn. Tua and Justin Herbert came out the same draft class. Justin Herbert was a United, crowned a golden boy, if you will. Fresh out the gate, Justin Herbert was crowned the golden boy, for how tough he played in the loss to his very first start. Where he was just told off the bench. His very first start, hey, Tyrod Taylor had a medical emergency. We need you starting against Patrick Mahomes. His very first start in the league, he got out there and he got the crown. And again, Tua was drafted in the same draft class. Tua outdueled him. Tua, went for 466 yards. Tyreek had 200 something of those yards. And he's leading in receiving yards, but Tua is like that. I'm real disrespectful with Tua. Said that man be out there throwing butterflies. I apologize. Tua's on an apology tour right now. 466 yards and 3 touchdowns, 110 QB rating. Like, what are we talking about? 110 passer rating. What are we talking about? We talking about Tua? Tua did it. Tua did the damn thing. Could he be a potential early MVP, dark horse? If he stay healthy, Tyreek say he getting 2,000. If Tyreek get 2,000, I don't know if you can give it to Tyreek as an MVP. No pass catcher has ever won MVP. But if he gets Tyreek that 2,000 that he said he going to try to get this year, and he stays upright, and this game 1, and he got 16 more left to go. If Reek get 2,000, Waddle gonna be right there flirting with 1,800. Could it be a 5,000 yard passing year for Tua? You extract these numbers out, it looks like it's going to be about 5,000, 5,200 yards with, 3 times 17. Y'all do the math for me. What's that? That's 51 touchdowns. He could keep this up. So 51 touchdowns and damn, that's 7,000 yards. Ain't no way you're gonna keep 466 up, but who's to say he ain't gonna land around that 52, 5,300. Tua keep this up, man. Tua is an early MVP dark horse. I'm looking at them to keep that up and take over that division. We're gonna talk about that division a little bit later. Let's go to instead of the AFC East, let's focus on the NFC East. Cowboys. The only shutout of the weekend, 40-0 on them Giants. I thought y'all said that, division games are close. Ain't no division rival in this one. Put them boys to bed early. It was a wrap in the first quarter. It was a wrap by halftime. Micah went crazy, forcing Danny Jones out the pocket. I know Cowboy fans, their favorite saying is, "Yo, this is our year. This is our year." It could be. I don't have him, winning the Super Bowl, but with that defense and those turnovers they was forcing, and Stephon Gilmore still looking like he has it. Now again against Danny Dimes, but they just paid Danny Dimes $40 million a year. They paid him $40 million a year for a reason. They thought they had a quarterback on their hands with that. They paid him $40 million a year and got trounced by the Cowboys. Opening weekend in New York, the day before 9/11 at that. Cowboys played excellent football. Pass rush was there. Defense was there. No separation from their wide receivers. Dak didn't play well. And that begs the question. Can you have a Super Bowl team with a mid-level quarterback, a solid quarterback, needs improvement quarterback? Could it be done in this day and age? If the Cowboys, if their aspirations is Super Bowl, Dak got to play a lot better than he played. But they were so smothering on Danny Jones, they blocked a field goal and took that back to the house. By the time they did that and took a pick back to the house, it was 14-0 real quick in the first quarter. Oh, they was all over them boys from the jump. That game was over. So you said the Cowboys rolled over the Giants, and it didn't look pretty for the Giants. And Brian Daboll is the offensive genius, the offensive guru that he thought Danny Downs was it. Go ahead, pay Saquon. Stop playing. Now, when Saquon did get the ball, and he was able to run the ball, he looked good running it, but they got down so bad, so fast, so quick. He had to abandon the run. But that game, if they ain't out 14-0 in the 5 minutes and in the first quarter, again, yeah, they're gonna need Saquon to stay healthy and to carry this offense. Speaking of staying healthy, Lord have mercy. Monday Night Football. The future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, tore his Achilles on the fourth play from the line of scrimmage. Fourth play, sack. Leonard Floyd came off a rush. Dwayne Brown did a cut block, and that ball should have came out quicker, or he's expecting the ball to come out quicker, and Aaron held it. Again, timing, first week, timing wasn't there to actually release it, and Leonard Floyd got to him, and he tore his Achilles. His season is over at 4 plays. Definitely ironic that it's the number 4, which is, Brett Favre's number. Y'all know the Packer and Jet combo there. And, y'all can make that reach yourselves. But on the 4th play of his season, done. So that begs the question: should Aaron Rodgers retire off of that injury, or should he, go ahead, go through the rehab, try his best to come back and finish his commitment to New York? Listen, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He don't need to add anything else. If he throws not another pass, he's 5 years from now, he will be in Canton. If he says, "Hey, y'all, this is it," he will be in Canton in 5 years. Will he want to do that? Will his pride let him do that? I doubt it. I doubt very seriously his pride lets him walk away on an injury. Very doubtful. At least not an injury like that. Now, 2 years ago, he was an MVP, and 2 years ago, he played at a high MVP level. Do I expect to see that Aaron Rodgers back? Nah, not a chance. Last year, he didn't play like how he played 2 years ago. Do I see that Aaron Rodgers coming back? Not likely. So, can Aaron Rodgers rehab and come back to a Jets team that, he made the commitment to? He felt re-energized, refreshed. He was talking about retiring at 35, at 38, and 39 in New York, almost 40. He talked about go another 3-4 years. So he looks re-energized, refreshed, and a change of scenery will do that to you. But should he, go through this grueling rehab process, not be the same? Y'all seeing him behind me. The great Kobe Bryant, tore his Achilles, was never the same. Was never the same great ball player. Yes, he walked away the game with, 60 points on 50 shots. But can Aaron Rodgers come back off of that at 40, 41, heal up, rehab up, and, get back to putting the New York Jets in Super Bowl contentions, conversations? Will he come back just to be another, average run-of-the-mill quarterback? Can he go through the rehab to make sure that he's not one of those guys? Would he come back just for that, just to say, all right, yeah, I played the season in New York? These are some questions that got to go through his mind. And I hope, for his sake and his legacy's sake, that he don't walk away with, our last image of Aaron Rodgers as being carted to the back of the New York field to be looked at by medical staff. Aaron Rodgers coming out of a blue tank going on a medical card. That's not necessarily what I want to say is his last step, but that was Brett Favre's last step. Just saying. Brett Favre gave the game everything he had. His body completely shut down, and that was the end of Favre. Is Aaron going to try to, come back and have his body break down? Because one thing about that Achilles rehab, once you rehab one side, you're putting more pressure, more weight, more strain on the other. And it took KD, he was 33 when his Achilles popped. It took him 2 years to recover fully. And he's still going out with leg injuries. And he was a lot younger than Aaron Rodgers is, and a lot less physically of a sport, a lot less of a physical sport. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he's a genius. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is one of the quarterbacks that can stand there and dissect the game with his mind and get the ball out. But instinct is how you play this game. And Aaron's instinct is to run away. Aaron could have easily taken a sack right there at that very first play. His instinct, he saw Floyd come off the line or come off that chip block, was to try to scramble to buy more time. That's how he got in this situation. His instinct is to scramble and move away from the blitzer. Now, can he come back and do that off, or, can you change a natural instinct of doing that and actually, going down, taking the sack or throwing the ball away or whatever the case may be. Can he do that? You know, beg, begs to be seen. But again, I'm giving Aaron about a 60-40% chance that he'll retire. I'm sorry, 60-40% chance that he will come back instead of retire. But I'm giving him a 70 to 30% chance, 70% to 30% chance that he just be another, run of the mill top 15, top 18 quarterback. Don't want to see that for him, but looks like we might be going that fate for him. But speedy recovery nonetheless. I hope everything heals right and he's able to have a great quality of life. 39-40 is old for a quarterback, but hopefully that's a still very young, a lot more years of living to do that he has to worry about. So my hat's off to him and speedy recovery. All right, y'all. The home team. Y'all see him behind me. The home team. Baltimore Ravens. 25-9. And we've heard it all in Baltimore. Since when was a 16-point victory? I was never in doubt. Any doubt of Texans ever actually winning that game? Not enough. When? Since when? We had questions about the pass rush coming in. They had 5 sacks. Odafe Oweh looked amazing against one of the top 10. Some would even argue top 5 left tackles in the league, and Laramie Tunsil. Odafe had a game. We had questions about Ojabo. He came in and had a sack, strip fumble for one of our 2 turnovers on that game. We had questions about the corners. We didn't allow deep pass all game. And if we did, you got to let me know. And we were down our best safety for half of the game. And I projected 2 starting corners. One didn't play and the other played like 10 snaps at the end of the game. All the questions that we had about that defense, and the defense played very well. Again, granted, it was against a young quarterback. Granted, Houston's offense going to need some work, some weapons. If they don't have the season that they want to have, and is in the top 10 again with picks, I can imagine one of those picks going to Marvin Harrison Jr. They need some receivers out there. I think the defense is coming along. That defense was amazing. Jalen Petrie, before he came out the game, he was wrecking havoc in our backfield. Stingley's a good corner. Odell didn't get off this game. Stingley's a good corner. I think that defense is miles ahead. And shout out to D'Amico Ryans, his very first head coaching gig. And he was one of the best young defensive coordinators over the last few years. So shout out to D'Amico Ryans, getting his boys ready to play. I think the defensive side of the ball is going to lead Houston a lot this year. My questions about this game honestly came in the first half on the offensive side of the ball. That's where we lost our starting running back. If you didn't know, J.K. Dobbins did tear his Achilles as well before Aaron Rodgers did. And he's out for the year. Sucks for J.K. Somebody who's already had a torn knee ligament and was fighting to try to get some money this season. And he was like, you know what? Forget it. Chalk it up. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to play. Does not have a secure feature or any type of leverage to have one ever in this league, maybe. You're a running back and you tear your Achilles and you tear up your knee. When can we ever trust that your birds will get back? And I'm not saying this as a JK, trying to, take anything away from JK. I like JK. I'd say we should have paid him. Not pay him top money because he can't stay healthy. But, he did us a solid, went out there, blew out his knee for us in a meaningless preseason game. And then the very first game this year, tears his Achilles. Sucks for him. Horrible luck. I know he didn't want to spend his rookie contract basically on the goddamn operating table. No, he had that in his future. That sucks that was in his cards. But again, the offense, JK, he went down. He got a touchdown before he left, but offensive line needs some work. Lamar Jackson, that's my guy. Never hear me take anything away from Lamar Jackson. I'm a Lamar Jackson apologist ad nauseum. He didn't play good this week. Get it? Like he said, he even said it. He's knocking some rust off. He ain't played football in 10 months. I get it. But you ain't play football in 10 months, not 10 years. LJ, my guy, need you. Pick up the pace. Get back on the get back in sync with your receivers. And all of that. Trust you to be LJ, bro. It's the reason you're one of my favorite players. I call you the ultimate weapon. Trust you to be LJ. If you don't see it, take off. Take off. Forget it. Be out of there. You got that? That's part of being a leader. That's part of, getting the green light. Man, it ain't that. This ain't what I read. I'm out. This ain't pop open. It's quick as I thought it was. I'm out. Church on the move. We go as 8 go. Definitely not in the zip code of happy with how this team played. So I'm not going to be all the way down on the team. But again, I'm not happy at all. Happy and like, yo, all right, we're going to get better. That's where I'm at. Yo, we're going to get better. The intricate parts of the game that need some work for my Ravens. A, situational play calling. I don't know who idea it was, whether that was Todd Monken, whether it was John Harbaugh, whether that was, it could be the popcorn guy. If it was Lamar. Why, after a turnover, do we not take shots? Why, on 1st and goal, are we not throwing any passes to the end zone? We throw 3 screens to Zay. I get it. Zay had an amazing game. He had 90 yards. First game as a rookie, he didn't score. But 90 yards, first game as a rookie, amazing spin move. Put Houston Texans on ice, and we playing in September. Put them on ice. Amazing. But come on, 3 screens in a row? Nah. Situational play calling got to get better. That was my main issue with Greg. Yeah, he can run. We can dominate between the 20s. You get inside that 20s and the plays start to dry up. We got to take advantage of some matchups. We got to spread it out, get some matchups going. Let Lamar see what's on the field. Lamar, trust your eyes. I've seen you make these plays. I've seen you make these calls. I've seen you make, these throws on the slants in Indianapolis multiple times. I've seen it happen. I know it can happen. Blitz pickup. Again, Jalen Petrie lived in our backfield. Will Anderson lived in our backfield. Blitz pickup definitely needs to get better. Gus is our starting running back for the foreseeable future. Gus got to pick up these blitzes. It got a lot better in the second half. But again, Jalen Petrie was out the second half. But you got to pick up these blitzes. Again, all of this comes with timing. Getting back in the swing of things, getting together as linemen. Again, Lamar picking up, pointing these things out, making these calls at the line. All of that. The pass off and communication when we playing zone on defense. Now, there's a clip out there. I'm gonna put it on Al You Bugging Instagram. There's a clip out there where PQ does an amazing job when they playing 3 high, 3 mid, 3 high, 3 low, as they call it. Where he took the tight end, I think it was, up and passed him on to the safety that's playing in the middle of the field, and then came down and still was able to play his zone. Amazing. But there were a couple of times in that zone, when you need it, plays when you need that they were getting open in that zone, and felt like it could have been passed off a little bit better. Communication could have happened. Now again, they still didn't throw any deep passes, and some of that was on CJ. CJ, we were getting to CJ. Some of that was on the pass rush, getting to CJ. We was getting to him. He didn't feel like he had the time to throw it deep, so he would, throw it to the first thing open, and shit, it was open. It was there for him to do so. Lamar getting smarter and confident that he is still Lamar. Again, I don't think we'll ever get back to 2019 Lamar, and we don't need him to. 2020 Lamar was still pretty goddamn excellent. No Lamar Jackson apologists would like to let you know, or people that say Lamar, R&B, the running back, Lamar. They only act like 2019 was his only year. No, 2020 was amazing. 2021 he was making plays before he got hurt. Hell, 2022 he was making plays before he got hurt. Lamar is still Lamar. And, he gets smarter, get more confident with the system, get more confidence going on with the guys, shakes that rust off. Lamar is going to be Lamar. If we can keep him upright, Lamar going to make plays. Going back to the defense, Jadeveon Clowney had a couple missed sacks, just routine plays he would normally close. I don't think that happens a lot going forward. Davian going to get Davian, Ojabo, and Owe. They get more confident, get more reps going together. I think they're going to put Joe Burrow on the ground a couple of times behind that offensive line. I think they can get to him, put him on the ground a couple of times. Again, it just comes with confidence, playing together, sailing the edge as well on runs. They need to do that. Going back to pointing to the offense, Zay Flowers played well. Like I said, he played amazing. He had 90 yards. He didn't even score yet, so he can definitely get better. We didn't even throw deep passes to him yet. He could definitely get better. Lamar got to go ahead and trust that deep arm of his. 2019, he was one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. I know the man can throw. He get back to that, open up Odell. Odell got to get involved a little bit more. I felt like there was a couple bracket coverages to Odell from where I was looking back at the game. When I was breaking down the all-22, it was a couple good bracket coverages on Odell. And Lamar wasn't going to force it. But like I said, as it goes on, I think Lamar going to go ahead and get Odell going in the passing game. And Mark Andrews didn't even play. So I think these things get consistent check marks every week. Just, everything that I just listed, they get consistent check marks every week. They're going to be right where we need to be, especially if they get better. They're going to be right where they need to be. They do this, everything on this list, and do it consistently by December. Oh, they're going to be definitely where they want to be in January, February, potentially. Ronnie Stanley had a knee sprain, so he's probably going to miss 1 to 2 weeks. The center, second-year center, Tyler Linderbaum, had a high ankle sprain. He looks to be out for another 2 or 3 weeks. I don't think either one of them are going on the IR. First day of practice, Marlon Humphrey didn't practice yet, so he's probably not playing the second week. I said if he can't play the first week, and no need to rushing him out there for the second week, we can get him out there for Indianapolis. We can get him out there for the fourth game. Bowser probably comes back 5th week as well. So the team ain't complete yet, and they had some major injuries. Hopefully, knock on everything, wouldn't that it doesn't happen again. We'll have a week like we did last week where a lot of key players were hurt or out. Marcus Williams tore his pec. It could potentially be season ending. Don't know yet. But I got faith in Geno, Kyle Hamlin in the back end. They signed Deron Hammond to the practice squad. I haven't seen Harmon, since his New England days. I do remember him making plays there. making big timely interceptions there. So I don't know if I haven't really seen him like that since, probably about 2 years. So hopefully he still got the big playmaking ability left in him. Um, so that was week 1. I'll go ahead and break down what I think we're going to do against the Bengals and the other games later on this week. I got a show coming up on Friday. Be there. I'm gonna go ahead and break down that matchup. I don't know who I want to win, who I'm picking to win that one just yet. But I do know who I'm picking to win Thursday night. And Philly taking on Minnesota Thursday night football. I am definitely picking Philly. Philly announced that running back Kenneth Gainwell will miss the game, and defensive back James Bradbury will miss this game as well. For the Vikings, Garrett Bradbury is out. Christian Darrisaw and Marcus Davenport are questionable. So the Vikings lost a close game to the Buccaneers. Everybody seems to be on Kirk Cousins. He got a little Danny Tanner vibe going on with him. Everybody seems to think he's the lovable dad. So he didn't play bad at all first week. 344 yards, 2 touchdowns. JJ had 9 catches. TJ had 8. But 8 of Justin Jefferson's catches came in the first half. Ricky Jordan Addison had a touchdown of 61 yards. Philly won a close game against the Patriots. Wasn't really impressive. But I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, like I started the show. Everybody get a mulligan for that first week. I don't think we've seen the best of the league play like it was the best of the league in many of these games. So that includes Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts had his best game that he's going to play this year. So again, they trying to knock some rust off. Start the week off, definitely taking the Eagles to win big Thursday night against the Vikings. They got destroyed by the Eagles last year, and I think if the Eagles get back to playing how they played last year, they're going to win this one by at least 10. Matchup I want to see on the field, definitely big play Slade versus and shading Justin Jefferson. These are 2 of my favorites in the league at their position. So again, AJ and Justin, my 2 favorite wide receivers in the league. Although they won't be on the field at the same time, that Slade Jefferson matchup, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. The offensive line for the Eagles could definitely handle the Vikings defensive line. I can't say the same thing about the Vikings and their offensive line, though, especially missing Garrett Bradbury and the Christian Darrisaw out. Forget it. Rookie Jalen Carter definitely won't put his talents on that nationally televised stage and show off. He's going to make his case for Rookie Defensive Player of the Year even stronger. Definitely with them 2 out. So I think the Eagles' offensive line gets back to dominating in the run game. Swift probably gets a lot of the carries since Gainwell is going to be out. Just make it easier in the secondary for AJ and Devontae to do their thing. For the Vikings, only way they got a shot, in order for them to have a shot, Alexander Madison got to step up. He only had 34 yards last game. He got to step up. And if Slay is locked in one-on-one with Justin Jefferson, Addison definitely needs to step up on the other side of him. Kirk Cousins is going to need to shake his big game reputation or lack thereof, because everybody say Kirk Cousins can't play prime time, but he's going to need, in order for them to have a chance, he's going to need to be able to pull out a big time prime time performance. No time like the present to shake that. The Neil Hunter in the front line of the Vikings got to control Jalen. If they want to make this a game. I definitely got Philly flying high at the end of it. Definitely picking the Vikings. Picking the Eagles to win against the Vikings. Very easily. But again, like I said, I'll be back on here on Friday. Follow Al You Buggin' on Twitter and Instagram at Al You Buggin'. Again, on X and Instagram at Al_U_Buggin'. follow the Twitch channel. If I have a link on my IG page, follow the Twitch channel. I'm going live on Twitch right now. I'm live on YouTube right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be blessed, be productive, be more. We love you. We out.